Okay, hi everyone. We're going to have a look through the Flexi grant portal. We'll have a quick look at the login page and the application portal, and we'll have a run through of the sections of the form. So if we click on the application, it takes us through then to our Flexi grant portal. As you saw through Yolanda's introduction here, you can see the full list of eligible countries. And we also have links to all the guidance listed here. And then if you scroll down, you can click to register or to log in if you've already registered. The registration asks you to enter your name and email address. You will then receive to your email inbox, or if you can also check your junk email, you'll receive a verification email, which you need to click on before you can get access into the portal to apply. You need to verify your email. As if I choose to log in just as my other account. Once you are logged in, it'll take you through to the application portal, where you can edit any of your contact details if you want to, and you can also see the available grants. So again, the guidance is linked here and our email address. If anyone has any questions or need any help, the help desk email address is there. And then we have the list of grants you can apply for. So our communities grant is available in English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese, and you can select to start your application in each of these languages. When you're asked to start, it's asked you to check that you've read through all of the information. You just need to click that you have read and understood the above information, and then you can click start.
I'll add in here too. So the application guidance documents, these will be available also in French, Spanish, and Portuguese shortly. So please bear with us, but we're expecting to get these up in the next week or so.
Okay. Once you've clicked start, it'll take you through to the summary page, where again, you'll find links to the guidance and our contact details. You'll also see here, as Yolanda, I think discussed in the presentation, there's the Word version available. If this is more helpful, if you want to draft your application in Word, or perhaps for more collaborative purposes, it might be easier for you to fill it in Word. But again, we do need the application to be submitted through Flexi Grant. So you would need to copy your answers across into the sections here below to submit your application. As you can see, we have 7 sections. You can fill these in any order. And if you just save your progress as you go, then you can always log back in. It doesn't need to be completed all at one time. You can log back in as many times as you need to, and all your information will be there that you've already filled in. You don't need to do this all at once. So as you can see, we've got the 7 sections, and we'll have a brief look through of what's in each section and just anything that we might need to highlight. So the first section asks you for your lead organization's contact details. All the questions with the red asterisk here are mandatory questions. So everything with this red asterisk you need to fill in before you're able to submit your form. So to add your organization details, you can click add and add in your website address, contact information. We ask for the annual income. This is where we calculate the average. You can calculate the average of the past 2 years. If you can just write the number in here, and you can separate the amount with a full stop with a decimal point. We don't need any thousand comma separators or anything like that in here. It's just a number that needs to be entered. We then ask for lead organization's legal status. If you click other, another box will pop up for you to enter that information. And we also ask for the lead applicant and project leader contact details. This person can be the same, and you can click to add more contacts if you need to add in more people here, but it is only the lead applicant that can submit the application. On to section 2. This is where we ask for your project information. Project summary, you'll see at the bottom of the box is where you have to write. There is a maximum number of words. That's the maximum that you'll be allowed to put into each box. If you can just double check the word count. It is also mentioned on the Word document that the word count, if you can just obviously make sure that you are sticking to the word count, or it will cut off at the end of 100 words, for example, for this one. Again, we asked for information here. These are just tick box questions. Project countries that you'll be working in, start and end dates of your projects. And here is your budget summary. So again, if your project is over the course of a few years, you'd write in your totals here, and the total will be calculated for you. We ask about your matched funding arrangements. If you're clicking that yes, you project has matched funding, we'll ask if you've secured match funding. And if you have not secured match funding, we ask you to clarify how you will deliver the project if you're not able to secure it. If you're not asking for match funding, then these boxes will disappear. On to section 3. For section 3, we are looking at project approach and design. For each of these questions, we have made it possible for an audio or video file to be uploaded. It is accepted. We would prefer a written answer, but if it's easier and you'd rather provide an audio or video file, then we can do that. If you can just check for each question in section 3, as the word count and the size of the audio video file is different for each question. So if you can just double check in the description of the question, the number of words and the size of the file that we can accept. If you don't want to upload a video, if you just click no here, if you do, the word box will disappear and an upload space will appear here, so you can upload your files, your video audio file to this box. And that's the same for each of the questions in section 3. You can choose whether you have a written answer or whether you upload the audio or video file. But again, just double check the length of the answer for each of the questions, as they differ for each question.
Rachel, can I add something here?
Of course.
So just so that you know, when we send your application to the Ocean Expert Committee who assess your application, they won't see the content of your video. What we give them is a transcript of what's in your video or your audio file. So in the end, they'll be comparing all written answers, even if you submitted originally as an audio file. So that's just so you don't put lots of effort into making a really well-presented visual application. This won't give you any advantage. It's better that you focus on what you're saying, so that the transcript is really clear for the Ocean Expert Committee to assess when it's written down.
Okay. Sorry, Rachel, but thanks a lot, Nico, for the clarification, because it's not something about do a great video to convince someone. It's more like just an opportunity to share on a video or on a audio voice message the same that you will do it if you just write it. So that's so important. And I just want to stop a little bit here, because this section is the only one that is really asking for the ideas of your project. So realize that we are not asking for any plan for the years, like what are you going to do on each year, or how are you going to use the money for each year. So this is the point in the application, that you have the opportunity to share with us why your project is important, how it meets the goals from the Ocean Grant, and how are you going to do that your project really works. So I think that this is one of the most important sections, because it's the only one who is really focused on for you to describe how are you thinking about to implement your project, to design and to implement, and how your project is going to cover marine conservation, poverty reduction, poverty, and capacity development and leadership.
Okay, so let's hand back to Rachel to go through the rest, because we're sort of running short of time now. We want to leave a bit of space for a Q&A.
Okay, we'll move on then to section 4, which is the project partners. Here you can enter any information on project partners. We have space for 3 project partners here. You can also then, if you have any others, you can add any more information here. And then we look at the roles and responsibilities, and just to check that all the partner or organizations are aware that this application and have confirmed support. Looking at section 5, as Nicola discussed earlier in the presentation, it is encouraged for you to have contacted the relevant British Embassy or High Commission to discuss the project. If you're unaware of who to contact, you can always email the help desk, and we can try to help there. If you have already and have any supporting evidence of this can be attached. And if not, you can give us a brief explanation as to why not. But again, any issues, you can just email the help desk for that. That's all that we require in section 5. Section 6 is just agreeing to the terms and conditions. And this is where we ask you to upload the legal status of your organisation. So this can be a registration certificate or a letter of support from host governments or FCDO posts. And this is also where we ask you to upload copies of your financial reports for the last 2 years. In the final page, in section 7, this is the declaration which needs to be completed by the lead applicant. We just ask for you to read through the statements and tick if you agree with the statements, and then add in the details here. The signature here needs to be an uploaded signature. It can't be a typed signature. It needs to be uploaded to the box here. At any point, then you can save your progress for anything that's not complete and come back to it then at a later stage. Once everything is submitted, the submission button will then appear on the screen for you to submit. Once everything with the red asterisk has been completed, you can then submit your application. When you log back into Flexi Grant, if you've logged out, you can go to My Applications, and anything that you've started will be an application in progress, where you can go back to your application and continue to edit it. It'll also provide you with a reference number, which comes up at the top here. So if you do have any issues filling in your application and need to email the help desk, if you can put this reference number in the email, it just makes it a lot quicker for us to find your application, and then we can have a look through and provide any support there.